Sir, your 6-year-old son was found starving in a locked basement. The voice on the other end of the line was flat, too calm. Maybe she'd rehearsed it. Then came the laugh, distant but sharp enough to pierce me through a satellite connection. My wife's voice, cold, triumphant. I thought he'd last 2 days, not a week. Tell that coward soldier dad to pay the hospital bills. That was the last thing she ever said without fear in her voice. I was in Kandahar when the call came. Dust in the air, bullets in the wind, and yet nothing felt more dangerous than that single moment. I filed for emergency leave before the operator hung up. Didn't tell my CO the full truth, just said family emergency. He didn't ask. My hands shook the whole flight home. My son was in a hospital bed when I saw him. Tubes in his arms. Eyes sunken, lips cracked, ribs sharp beneath his skin. He tried to smile when he saw me. I couldn't. I met her when I was 22, training, naive. She was charm wrapped in fire, fast talking, faster laughing, beautiful in that reckless, dangerous way. I was a war-bound romantic looking for something permanent. She gave me a reason to come back alive. Said all the right things, wore patriotism like lingerie, told me she loved the uniform and the man inside it. I should have known then. Anything that gleams that bright hides rust. The cracks didn't show until deployment 2, missed calls, weird spending patterns. Then our son started stuttering on the phone. I'd ask him how school was. He'd hesitate, change the subject. I sent money, extra. She said times were tough. I believed her. God, I believed everything. Then came the reports. Neighbors saying no one had seen our boy. Weeks. I called, no answer. When child services called, it all snapped. The illusion, the years, the marriage. Dead. I didn't show up in uniform. No ceremony, no warning. She didn't know I was stateside until I was standing in our kitchen. Her mascara was perfect, fake tears ready. I was overwhelmed. I didn't speak, just stared at her. She backed up, called me a ghost, a monster, said I had no right to barge in. I left, because monsters don't barge in. They wait. First, custody. I recorded everything. Her laugh on the call, the hospital photos, her spending habits while my son starved. The courts didn't need much convincing. Full custody, restraining order, frozen accounts. I moved fast, too fast for her to react. She tried to charm the judge, failed. Next, I filed fraud and abuse charges. Every dollar she took while my son went without food, I traced it. Laptops, handbags, hotel receipts, a trail of selfishness. Her boyfriend? An ex-con with a sealed file and a temper. I cracked it open, forwarded it to her employer and her landlord. Gone in 72 hours. She spiraled, called me 50 times. I didn't pick up. Then the threats came. Police intercepted the messages before I had to. I stayed silent, always silent. Let her scream, let her burn. I paid off my son's bills, hired a trauma counselor, put locks on his door, not to trap him, but to make him feel safe again. I taught him how to hold a pen before a gun, how to trust his own voice again. I rebuilt everything she tried to break. The day she showed up at court, she was shaking, pale, thin, dressed like someone pretending to be sorry. She had one last chance, custody appeal. Her lawyer tried everything, blamed stress, postpartum, me. The judge asked if she had anything to say. She looked at me, and for once there was no smirk, no lipstick lies, just a hollow kind of hatred. The kind born when you realize the person you once dismissed now holds your future in their fist. She said, "He turned my son against me." I leaned forward, just once. "No, you did that. I just made sure he survived it." The gavel fell like thunder. Later I visited her. Jailhouse glass between us. No son, no money, no more games. She looked smaller, powerless. I could see the itch behind her eyes, the same hunger for control. I placed a single photo on the glass, My son, smiling, healthy, alive. She didn't speak. I used to wonder why, I said. Why you'd hurt him, me, yourself. Now I don't care. I just want you to remember this face, because you don't get to see it again. I walked out before she blinked. People call me cold. Maybe I am. But when you've carried brothers home in pieces, watched mothers scream into folded flags, you learn what matters. I was trained to defend freedom. She learned the cost of taking it from a child.